No clear direction in markets today, with bulls and bears fighting for control. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. Here is your complete Forex market briefing for July 31st. Currency markets are being driven by a complex mix of central bank policy, geopolitical risk, and shifting growth expectations. Let us break it all down. Here is a snapshot of how the major currency pairs are trading today. Euro to US dollar is trading at 1.15, gaining 1.25% on the session. The world's most traded pair is driven by ECB versus Fed rate differentials. Currency markets are reacting to Indian banks have raised $32 billion under dollar inflow schemes, RBI chief tells Hindu Business Line. Pound sterling to US dollar is trading at 1.35, gaining 1.32% on the session. Sterling is highly sensitive to UK inflation data and Bank of England rate guidance. Currency markets are reacting to Coinbase revenue miss sends coin stock lower despite record market share. US dollar to Japanese yen is trading at 159.60, losing 2.27% on the session. Dollar yen tracks the US-Japan rate differential and Bank of Japan intervention risk. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500, NASDAQ futures edge higher ahead of Fed decision, chip stocks wobble, WTVB. USD SGD is trading at 0.7760, gaining 0% on the session. The Singapore dollar reflects Asian FX sentiment, trade flows, and MAS monetary policy. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Australian dollar to US dollar is trading at 0.7026, gaining 0.74% on the session. The Aussie dollar closely tracks commodity prices, especially iron ore, and Chinese growth signals. Currency markets are reacting to Indian banks have raised $32 billion under dollar inflow schemes, RBI chief tells Hindu Business Line. US dollar to Chinese yuan is trading at 0.1483, gaining 0.4% on the session. The onshore yuan reflects PBOC daily fixings, US-China trade dynamics, and capital flow controls. Currency markets are reacting to Coinbase revenue miss sends coin stock lower despite record market share. US dollar to Indian rupee is trading at 95.67, gaining 0.07% on the session. The Indian rupee tracks RBI monetary policy, FII and FPI capital flows, and US-India interest rate differentials. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500, NASDAQ futures edge higher ahead of Fed decision, chip stocks wobble, WTVB. Now let us look at the macro forces behind today's currency moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. Traders are reacting to news that oil prices rise after US blocs surprise attack from Iran. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. The key macro overlay remains monetary policy. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500, NASDAQ futures edge higher ahead of Fed decision, chip stocks wobble, WTVB. Any surprise in the rate path could trigger outsized moves. On the data front, investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500 ends higher as investors await tech earnings. Currency markets are reacting to Indian banks have raised $32 billion under dollar inflow schemes, RBI chief tells Hindu Business Line. Currency markets are reacting to Coinbase revenue miss sends coin stock lower despite record market share. Our near-term view on US dollar to Japanese yen. After today's weakness, the $154.81 area is the first meaningful support level to watch for US dollar to Japanese yen. A stabilization there would be the first sign that sellers are losing conviction. This is our analytical view, not investment advice. Currency markets can move fast and unexpectedly. Central bank surprises, geopolitical shocks, and data prints are the key risks to monitor. Here is what we will be watching closely in the days ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Thousands of investors rely on our daily briefings to cut through the noise. If you are finding value here, please like this video and subscribe. It directly helps us keep producing this content every day. Leave a comment with your market view. We feature the sharpest takes in future videos. That is all from MTRS_Market Pulse for today. All analysis is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor. Trade safe, and we will see you in the next one. That is your Forex briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe for daily currency coverage.